The Lord loved us so much that in our poverty, in our hell, I'm going to come and deliver them broken, destroyed, messed up, poor, impoverished people. I'm going to save.
Yo, niggas ain't tough. Yo, niggas ain't tough.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Bashim Shah Brakathah. Yahweh Shema Allah Thug Bashim Shah to all the sisters, man. Listen, it's Captain 13,000 and called up around checking in with the Israelite school of UPK under Commander Junior Hunt. Listen, man, this year's 52nd annual Passover. Hold on. I'm gonna say it one more time. This year's 52nd annual Passover under Commander YAHANNA under the I.S.U.P.K. Couldn't do it last year. Y'all already know the Lord had his foot on our oppressor's neck.
Here in New York City, there are roughly 1,000 cases a day. Those are numbers they haven't seen since May.
Can't do it in New York this year because the Lord still got his foot on our oppressor's neck.
New York, the center of the outbreak this spring, is now teetering on another deadly explosion of the virus.
But listen to me good. This year, 52nd annual Passover, April 24th, 2021. You understand? It's going to be in H-Town, baby.
It's going to be at the B&H Ranch, 14149 Players Street, Houston, Texas.
Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we came to do. Huh?
2021, I.S.U.P.K, 52nd annual Passover. All the generals gonna be there. All the heavy hitters gonna be there. The daughters of Zion gonna step out with their beautiful long dresses, you understand? Strong on deck. That One West style music on deck. 52nd annual Passover.
B&H Ranch, 14149 Players Street, Houston, Texas.
Get with it to get lost, man.
Got it out the mud, straight up out the base. The world done made me crazy. The world done turned crazy. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I'm siding with the Lord, of course. On one accord. We ain't never stopping now. You running now. All my niggas go to ground. We go.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shalom, Yahweh to the sisters. Good to see some new faces and familiar faces. Filling the classes up. All right. Today, this is the DC class. This is the Wednesday law class. We're going to the law. Of course, the law, the laws are needed. And that's what's keeping us away from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The Most High has turned his back on us because we have forgotten his laws. We have forgotten our Father's laws. All right. Today we won't get into the craziness with what's that? Shit. Him sit right here. Sit in front. We will go into the craziness with Lil Nas X with his video, him dancing and giving Satan a lap dance and everything. But what we're gonna get into is when you on a level, you're gonna realize it's all evil, and you can't pick your evils, because that's what. Kazak hooking me up right. Kazak, let our watch do that. Okay. Our watch I want you to be on the laptop, bro. You'll realize evil is evil, sin is sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people will look at homosexuality as a sin, but won't look at you sleeping with another man's woman as a sin, or homosexuality as a big sin, but not getting high or stealing as you put levels on sins and you should not. Sin is sin. You get what I'm saying? But we're gonna get if that Lil Nas X video was evil, so was WAP, and so was any other music video that has drug consumption, or you stealing someone else's woman in the video. That is a sin too. Or you robbing somebody. that is a sin also. So that's a music video. It's all evil. Yeah, it was just more blatant because of your thought of heaven and hell. Oh yeah, that's good. He had heaven and hell in there. We're gonna really go into what heaven and hell is, because Christians have taught us when you die you go to heaven and hell. But in here we know the truth of we know the truth of what happens when you die. Anybody want to give a shot? Go ahead.
Heaven and hell is a condition.
It's a condition, huh?
And what happens? You get judged, and then you come back for another body.
Say again.
When you die, you get judged, and you come back in another vessel. Right.
So we're gonna get it. So reincarnation is real. Go ahead.
Sir, if I may, Salaki, what's the title of the class?
The title of the class is, you know, Lil Nas X. What is it? The title of the class is
Salaki, sir.
Nah, that's right. Is the topic was Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X and Y.A.P.K is the same. Is the same evil. And we're going to heaven and hell. So for your first, so if you're just hearing about reincarnation, Christ was not his first body. Run down the Kazakh. Run down who Christ was in the past.
First, he was Adam.
Christ was Adam first. So reincarnation is real. Christ was Adam. Go ahead.
First, he was Adam.
He
was Isaac.
He
appeared as Melchizedek.
Mm-hmm.
He was Solomon, and then he was Christ.
He was Solomon, and he was Christ. Mm-hmm. And what's the proof? Anybody got the precepts to pull that? So first we'll pull reincarnation. We're gonna pull heaven and hell. The whole thing was with Lil Nas X. He was going up to heaven, and he took a long a million foot pole, slid all the way down to hell, and danced on Satan, and then killed Satan, and he became the new Satan. And of course he used a black man to push homosexuality. Of course, they use black man, black woman. We all, go ahead.
I haven't seen the video. You advise against watching it.
Right. I mean, it's I watched it for class purposes. I watch it for class purposes. If you're going to teach on it, then you can watch it. Well, some brothers don't want to watch it, that's fine. I watched it, to teach on it and see what was in it. No, I'm good. Just a little shot. Go ahead. You want to say something?
I know you don't want to do it, bro, but I agree with the brother right there. That was hard to watch.
I know, for some people, don't watch it. If it's hard to watch, don't watch it.
Goodness gracious.
You don't watch it. I watched it to see, what the hubbub was about. It was just, it was him being gay. That's what it was. It was him being gay, man. He was, he kissed a man and was wearing wigs and wearing short clothes. That's what it was. I need to just listen to the song, just the lyrics and not the video. So I'm trying to see what the hell he's even talking about. I don't even know what the hell he's even talking about. Who knows? But go ahead.
Man, it was that bad that you didn't even hear the words.
I'm trying to hear the lyrics. He's saying, "Call me by my name." Some people trying to say like some people trying to say that he's saying I'm not hiding. This is who I am. So identify me and acknowledge me as who I am as a homosexual or something like that. But first, okay, who got a precept for the proving with Christ?
You say again?
You got a precept with proving what you just said. You just said that Christ was Solomon and Melchizedek and Adam. Just not all of them, but you have some.
Yeah, come on.
Also, somebody give me this precept. First, we're gonna pull. Before that, let's get to the sin. Let's get sin is sin, and let's get there should be no sodomite or whore in Zion. Let me see. All right. Let's get that first. Anybody have any questions in here?
Salaki, if I may.
Uh-huh.
Based on my understanding, the sins that are done in the body, say for example, like prostitution, wouldn't those sins be considered more bad for human beings than someone just stealing? Because those sins, it's like they literally destroy your essence, your soul.
I get what you're saying, but I'm gonna pull the scripture showing that sin is sin.
Okay.
Like sin is sin. That's like it's like you force someone, you raped a woman, you forced her, compared to putting a pill in her drink and she was asleep, so it was more easy. It's one is rough and one is not rough. Sin is sin. You get what I'm saying? That's what you gotta understand, and that's how you would that's how you break the law. I mean, that's how that's how you break the law and become evil. Where so it's like, okay, I did not commit adultery, I did not become homosexual, but it'll be okay if I steal, it'll be okay if I lie. When doing those things, those small things will still destroy you. Eventually, you're going to get locked up and put in prison, or eventually you'll lie and get yourself in some deep trouble. It's still I get what you're saying. You're saying one does more physical harm, but for sure. But it could do this. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Jose, go ahead.
Salaki, sir, if I may. Just like the Edomites told us, a fat white man came down our chimney when we lived in the projects that they was giving us gifts for Christmas. Versus, nah, I ain't kill your pops when I shot you in the face. They both a lie. One is a little white lie, one is a greater lie. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying, sin is sin. Sin is sin.
A lie is a lie.
But a lie is a lie. Like that's how we gotta. If you really want to be righteous, that's how you gotta live. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you ain't righteous if just because you're not gay, but you're a thief. You think you're righteous? No, you're still filthy.
Right. Come.
You're still filthy. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, what I get from this picture is, like the young lady say, beware, young man, beware of all lumens and whatness. You see what I'm saying? It might not be the man the whole time that's raping a woman. It might be the woman raping a man. You see what I'm saying? So you can't be biased towards it.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like more, like you saying, like more men will get shamed for raping, but it is women that molest young boys. But that's not. They don't really.
No. Me myself. I'm saying. Women might entice things where it'll be like, okay, well, the man did this. Nah, it's you forced me into it.
Oh, you saying like if a woman trick you or play you into
it?
I mean, well, in that case,
trigonometry.
In that case, a man just got to be more disciplined. A woman can trick you, but how can it now lead? You mean like if you think that she's inviting you over and y'all flirt or whatever, y'all drink or whatever, y'all have sex, but then the next day she says she claims rape. That's what you mean?
To me myself. It's telling me like, beware, young man, beware of all normals and wonders. Neither suffer thy soul to be enslaved by her enchanted illusions, because they will pass away. You see what I'm saying? So it's like she might open up, but she really don't want that. She just want to see where you coming from. You understand what I'm saying? Can you feel what I'm saying?
You gotta be a little more clear.
That's
what you're saying.
Now it's like when I'm saying this part right here, it's like the woman is the enticer.
Right.
A man will follow through. A man could be aggressive, or the woman could be the aggressor.
What is your point?
My point was
I'm trying to go on her. She might help me out a little bit.
Go ahead,
if I may, I got a precept to what I think the brother is trying to say.
Okay.
I'm not sure what he's saying, but I think this is what he's trying to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. I think what he was saying was a lot of times because we blame the man for everything, and he's saying like a lot of times it's really sisters that's enticing men to do things.
Okay, yeah, this scripture is talking about how a woman would do something and then you check her on it and then she try to act like it was nothing.
Right.
But she does things and then but act like, it was nothing. Go ahead.
I have a perfect example for what he's talking about.
Okay.
I had a young sister, I say young sister, we about the same age. And we were talking for about 2 weeks.
Right.
We hadn't done anything off and on. Come over and drink, we chill, watch movies. And one Friday night, she invited me out. And when I got there, she got me drunk. I had already been drinking a little bit, but I'm not a drinker. You might know. And she got me drunk at the bar. She was already drinking. So the plan was, I was going to come down there. We was going from there, we was going to leave, and we was going to go smoke something, ride and smoke, right? Mm-hmm. When I got there, she got me drunk. Decided when we left, we went to her house, and she was supposed to just drop her car off and get in my car. So when we got there, she was like, nah, just come in for a second. So when I came inside, nothing new. So we got there, I'm twisting up. She like, I see her kicking off her shoes and taking off her car. I'm like, what you doing? She's like, man, we just gonna chill here. So I'm like, that's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So we in there chilling. As I'm twisting up, I'm standing by her little dresser, mirror in front of me so I can see behind me. And she's taking off all her clothes. Now this is new. Mm-hmm. So I'm twisted. Mm-hmm. Then we get to smoke and all that. I'm gone. And the whole time, we got down and dirty. I tried to like even she like I laid back on the bed. She crawled over me, put breasts all in my face.
She wanted it.
Right.
Okay.
So get the blazing. She turned around, put the thing on me, started wiggling all that. Wouldn't stop. And I went ahead and followed through. Mm-hmm. Why the next morning she woke up and was like, we had sex and didn't fuck. Excuse me, and didn't like me no more. No longer wanted to date, no nothing. She told me I wasn't the type of guy for her. Went and got a test and everything.
I mean, those stories is familiar. Just getting drunk, that happens when you get drunk. I mean, this is I'm not saying that she could have planned that. She planned that. Like why would she get that drunk? Why would she get you that drunk? Why, but in those situations when you're not, you don't have any discipline or, basically you don't have any discipline, you just let things like that go through. But when you have more discipline, you'll now you either not get that drunk or you'll realize her plans and not even just leave. Or not stop talking to her. Give me 1 second. Sister, what you were saying, Salagi?
My point is that the things that are done in the body affect your soul more than certain sins.
Okay, you have to pull that scripture.
Right.
Because people, I'm not going to continue, because people say a lot, like we hear a lot of stuff and it was told, right? Mm-hmm. Told like a lot of stuff. But if if there's no, scripture saying, go ahead. If there's no scripture saying what you're saying, then that's just something that we learned somewhere. You get what I'm saying? But go ahead, continue. Go ahead.
That's it.
Like, what? No, hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. Give me a little more on what's done in the body. You mean like? Go ahead. Explain what you mean.
My point is that there are certain sins that are done in the body that will affect your soul.
But what does that mean? I'm asking you. What do you mean?
For example, people who prostitute themselves, they really hurt themselves spiritually. And because they do certain things with their body, it may be difficult for them to really have that bond or connection.
Right, exactly. So we know. So of course we deal with sisters and we deal with daughters, women, mothers, and everything who have been molested, raped, and in prostitution, and spiritually and psychologically, whereas though they have trust issues. It's a very huge range of issues: trust issues, issues of staying faithful, or a lot. Really, yeah, just trusting. Really, that's one key one. It's really just trusting someone because of growing up in such a horrible, cold world, and at a young age, you molested at 6 years old, 9 years old, and then either you turn lesbian or you become a whole sexual deviant, and then you use it to your advantage. Once you get older, once you molested or raped, and then you get older, and then you start thinking. You say, you know what? Why am I having sex for free? Why not I charge for this? Because I'm already doing it. My uncle already raped me. So when I was a kid, and now I'm at this point. I'm 16 years old, 17 years old now. Now why not charge? A lot of men want me, and they charge, and then she do it from 17 or all the way up, or younger, and all the way up to however old she is, 30, 40, whatever. Once you get that older age, if men still find her valuable, and find her valuable, maybe her price will go down the older she gets. But I understand what you're saying. Of course, that's more damaging. That is more damaging. That is more damaging. But what I'm saying is, what I mean by sin is sin. I said it because a lot of people are outraged by this Little Nas. You know who Little Nas X is? Okay, so a lot of people are outraged by it, but they're not outraged about a music video with prostitution. Yeah. Or they're not outraged in a music video with someone drinking promethazine or smoking marijuana. You have that to be righteous, to be righteous and get back to the Most High. You got to be outraged by all that. Yes. Not just outraged by some homosexual who thinks he's dancing on Satan when he don't even know who the devil is. He went down to the red man and danced on him. The red man is already it's a man who has blood that shows forth through his skin. His pigment makes him look red. His complexion makes him look red. He's already walking around us. That is who the devil is. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I meant by sin is sin. Like, don't be outraged by Lil Nas X. For the people who's in the world who love to do perks and all the drugs and do all the other sins, but hate homosexuality, you're an American. You can't do that. America allows all sin. So why fight against homosexuality? But you celebrate that now cocaine is legal, marijuana is legal, heroin is legal. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a damn hypocrite, man. Either acknowledge everything. Acknowledge evil as evil, or let Lil Nas X catch AIDS. Let him do what he wants to do. You get what I'm saying? Give me Deuteronomy 23 and 17. Deuteronomy 23 and 17.
17 up.
Mm-hmm. What?
Deuteronomy 23, verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
There should be no daughters of the whores of Israel, man. If you're a black Latino American Indian, you're not just an average human being. You've been chosen by the Most High God, and because you've been chosen, you've been given some laws. Young man, Matt, give me pull Amos 3:1. You've been chosen, man, and you got a responsibility. You can't walk around like some evil, like a white man. He's a mafia, and he rapes, robs, and pillaged. Look at his history. He rapes, robs, and pillaged the whole earth. You can't be like him. You can't commit sins like him and be filthy like him. He loves homosexuality. It was big in Greece and Rome. The Romans in Greece was big. The freak. They were big freaks, man. They loved the older Grecian men loved to have sex with younger Grecian boys. That's what they love. But you are Israelite. You are separated. That's what you are holy. You're the holy children of Israel. Holy means separate, man. And you go ahead. You got that
common concept.
Right, read. And you keep go ahead and read it.
Amos. Chapter 3.
You gotta keep your thumb on Deuteronomy 23 also. Go ahead.
Lock, sir. Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
O children of Israel. The Lord did not speak his word against everybody on the earth, but only a certain people, man. A certain few people. Go ahead.
Against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying.
Right, in the land of Egypt, who did the Lord have as slaves? Because America would teach us that we're African American, and because we're African, a lot of black people love Egypt. I did too as a kid. As a kid, I loved. I remember I even lied in 5th grade. Kids, you were supposed to make a collage of where you're from. I cut pictures of the magazine from the computer of Egypt things and told them I was from Egypt. That's how much black people love, the gold and the coffins and the pyramids and everything. But we were the ones. If you're a Negro and your parents were your forefathers were in slavery, you were slaves at that time in Egypt. And the Lord brought you. And led through Moses and led us out of Egypt, man. And he destroyed Egypt. He killed every firstborn. He brought plagues on Egypt until the arrogant Pharaoh finally let us, released us, man. Go ahead, young man.
Chapter 3, verse 2. Mm-hmm. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Mm-hmm. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Being a homosexual is an iniquity. Lil Nas X is wrong and an abomination. But if you're getting high, that's an abomination too. If you're thieving, that's an abomination too. If you're looking at somebody else's woman and trying to plot to talk to her and say sweet things to her and have sex with her, you are a damn abomination also, man. Don't be outraged by one sin and not be outraged by them all. That's what I'm saying. And that's what the Lord is saying. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Can two walk together?
You could go back to Deuteronomy 23.
Deuteronomy 23. Verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
The sodomite is that homosexual, man. Sodomite, that man who's abusing himself and letting a man put his penis in his behind. That's abuse. Why? Because it's painful. Why are you doing? And also back, I believe in the 70s, in the 60s and 70s, if someone came out as homosexual, America considered that as having a mental disease. That's crazy. If you can pull that article up. Oh, you know what I mean? No, don't worry. Yeah, go ahead. See if you can pull that article up. Go ahead, Dr.
Okay. It says that no sodomite of the sons of Israel. Mm-hmm. But could a female be a sodomite?
A female is the whore or lesbian.
But it doesn't say lesbian.
Right, sodomite is for the man.
Okay.
That's a sodomite for the man. Look at the full definition of sodomite. Read it again, man. So that's what I'm. Go ahead, read. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 23:17. Mm-hmm. That which is gone out of thy lips.
Now read from the top where I had you at.
Oh, Amos.
No, Deuteronomy. Go ahead. 23:17.
Deuteronomy 23, verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
So we know what a whore is. A whore is a woman that's having sex with multiple men. A woman that's a prostitute. A woman that has a husband and then she decides to be an adult. She decides to commit adultery by having sex with another man. That's a whore. And that's not allowed. What Cardi B making a song today with the music video WAP is as evil as Lil Nas X. Or as evil as some video with some hoes, some video vixens in there, it's the same evil, man.
Okay.
The Lord said you can't do that. Nor what next? What read next?
Nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel, meaning you ain't to be a homosexual. Give me Leviticus 20 and verse 13. You ain't to be a homosexual, man.
28:13.
20 verse 20. Chapter 20, verse 13. You ain't to be a homosexual. It's an abomination. All of it is wrong. But what we're doing is worshiping America, and now money is our new God now. So of course, anything you get paid more for, we're now selling our behinds and just doing it. So of course, Lil Nas X is gonna full out be the leader. He's gonna be the new leader. Him and Zion Williams, Dwayne Wade's daughter, aka Zion, they're gonna be the new leaders. They're gonna choose black men to lead the LGBTQ ABC 1, 2, 3 community. Man.
Right.
It's that's what they're gonna use us for. They're gonna use us for everything. Go ahead, Isaac. Go ahead, young man.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
If a man lay down with a woman, read it again. Because I see you can find sin and sin.
Sin and sin.
Yeah, I believe sin and sin. There's no sin greater than the other. See you look that up. Go ahead and read.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lied with a woman.
Right. If a man lay down with a man like he's supposed to, it says like he's supposed to lay down with a woman. You're not born gay, Negro.
Right.
Or you're not born gay, woman. What's happening is you can get influenced by your environment.
Yeah.
Even personally with me, I grew up in a house with 5 women and 1 man. And my grandfather, and really who did it was my father. Once I moved with him, I didn't even notice as a kid I had picked up certain traits from my aunts because I lived in a house with 5 women. I picked up some traits from my mother and my aunts and my grandmother. It was just the way they was, how women talk and stuff like that. I had picked that up. Once I was with my father, he was like, "What?" Like he seen what I was doing. He seen like the way I was talking and stuff. And the next couple months, it was gone. Because he had me on the right track. But you will had he not put me on track, I'm not saying I'd be a homosexual, but I'd be soft as hell. It's because you being raised, and you gotta be raised by both. You know what I'm saying? That's not saying you should not be raised by a woman. You gotta be raised by your mother. Your mother's going to nurse you. But you need that woman and you need that man. You need both of them. You get what I'm saying? You don't solely, if you strictly raised by your woman, by your mother, she gonna do the best that she can. But you may not be the man that you can be. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, continue.
We can start from the top.
Yeah.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
Right. So there's no such thing as you being born at, I was born this way and this and that. It's an environment. And that's why it's so important as parents that you guard your children and train them up. So you train them up and you watch what they are absorbing. Watch what they are, and watch what your children are observing too. You get what I'm saying? So they know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? Here in America, they're just trying to, of course, teach us, and we have learned wrong. All America's culture is just evil. This is a place of drug culture, homosexuality. It's spiritually Egypt and Gomorrah. So, by meaning that, what I mean by that is Egypt was known for the slavery of the Hebrews, having the Hebrews in slavery. And Gomorrah, and Sodom and Gomorrah, of course, was known for being 5 cities, having 5 cities of a high population of homosexuals. So that's what this place is too. You get what I'm saying? A place where it slaves black people and encourages homosexuality. And if you look around, that's what you see. Go ahead.
Was Gomorrah in Africa?
Was it in Africa?
Gosh.
No, it was it was in Israel.
Okay, come.
Yeah.
Let me finish the work.
What you had?
Definition
of what?
Homosexuality. Oh, how it was crazy.
Oh, you had that?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the name of the article?
Wikipedia. Homosexuality and psychology.
Mm-hmm.
The field of psychology has intensively studied homosexuality as a human sexual orientation. The American Psychiatric Association listed homosexuality in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders.
What?
Mental disorders.
Right. Homosexuality is a deep mental disorder, but in here we call it a demon.
Right.
Just like addiction is a demon. Wanting to commit crime is just a demon, and that you have to fight. Anytime you want to sin, it's just a demon you have to fight. That's all. It's a mental disorder, man. It was any more on that? If you feel like it's any important parts, just bring them out.
If I may, just them switching it when they switch it.
Go ahead.
Listed homosexuality in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders in 1952. But that classification came under scrutiny in research funded by the National Institute of Mental Health. Go first. That research and subsequent study consistently failed to produce any empirical or scientific basis for regarding homosexuality as anything other than a natural or normal sexual orientation that is a healthy and positive expression of human sexuality.
Right. So because you're homosexual, but you can be an honor roll, or because you're homosexual, but you can be a CEO of a company, or you can be a homosexual, but you can still operate any other job as a heterosexual. Then they say, no, there's nothing wrong with this person. They just like men. Or they just like this. They just like the same sex. It's a demon. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because mostly when it happens, when I see homosexuality, when I see people who become homosexual as a kid and as a teenager, it was always an older person who was homosexual who tried to prey on a younger person or teach a young person how to be homosexual. Because a young person as a kid, you're curious. So you're just trying to figure out different stuff and find out different things. But I never seen somebody just choose on their own. They always was influenced.
Right.
Even myself in high school, unfortunately, because homosexuals are aggressive, they're trying to influence other brothers and try to influence me, try to influence my friends. Hey, and you had to fight, get into a damn fight. I remember 9th grade, had to get into a fight. I was in summer school. The dude was he was like 2 or 3 years older than me, but he was a helper. He was like an aide as a teacher. And I remember I'm in 9th grade. This brother saying, "Just try it." I'm like, nigga, no, I'm not gay. What? I'm not gay, nigga.
Yeah, it's a rap.
And it was crazy. You told them no, and they'll keep trying. So eventually, me and him had a fight. And then now you got to tell the teacher why. I had a fight because he keep asking me to try things I don't want to. But that's how it happens. I witnessed that. Whereas though, okay, try me, they can try you, they can try you. And then one of y'all are gonna be weak and try it. And now you're gay now. It's always like the homosexual vibe always is like some kind of predatory vibe, like a predator vibe. Like that's what it is. It's a demon. Go ahead.
Salaki, if I may, sir. It just shows you how wicked they are.
Mm-hmm.
They invented this homosexuality. That's what they practice. So they know that we never participated in anything like that. So they go as far as putting it in a book that says it's an illness.
Right.
So Dylan Roof can go shoot all those black people up in the church. It's an illness, and it can take him to a Burger King or Kentucky Fried Chicken or whatever you do. But we hold a cap gun or a water gun, and we can shoot down in the street because we're a threat. Mm-hmm. But your homosexuality is an illness. That's wicked.
Right. Exactly. It's they ridiculous, man. What the brother was saying, you know, I'm totally right. It's ridiculous. Like that's the hell we live in. That's what we got to come out. That's what we have to do. What we have to do is come back to the Most High, come back to the laws. With us living with us, you know, the Most High. We have our back for the majority. We have our backs turned against the Most High. But if just enough of us come back to the Most High, then you know, of course things will change. You know what I'm saying? This we're gonna stop being oppressed. Like we don't, you know, imagine we're gonna have a life where we don't have to worry about living from check to check and you don't have to worry about bills and hunger and all that. Right. But those things are gonna come once you come back to the Most High and follow His commandments. Right. That's the thing. Who was holding? Anybody was holding something? Somebody was holding Leviticus 20:13.
I wanted to finish it.
All right, go ahead, finish it. Go ahead.
We'll start from the top. Leviticus chapter.
You find it?
I found a precept, but I couldn't find the precept you was asking.
Okay, I might find it. Give me them. Gear up the Reincarnation ones.
God, I got that already.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Salaki. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. Right. They shall surely be put to death. Right. Their blood shall be upon them.
Right, and we know, you know, homosexuality is a blood disease. You know what I'm saying? You were put to death back then. Today you're dying from AIDS. A lot of homosexuals died. I had 2 cousins that died the same year. Both of them homosexual. One 26, the other 33. Both of them died within the space of 4 months, 6 months. Both of them homosexual. AIDS. You just gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fight it. You know what I'm saying? It's a demon. You gotta fight. And our most part, what we need is, what all black people need is counseling and therapy. That's what we most need. That's what we don't have. So we just taught to just deal with it, suck it up, move on. But that's not working. That's not working. It's creating unhealthy mental behavior. Go ahead, Albert.
I was going to ask, my mom was asking about the sodomite. I looked up what sodomite means. And, but I mean,
what is the definition?
Pretty much people that engage in anal sex. Right. But I'm just going to ask, is there a biblical term for lesbians?
Biblical term. It just says woman leaving her natural use. Get Romans, Romans 1:20? Romans 1:22?
I say that because somebody trying to, a female that's a lesbian trying to argue, like, it says whore. I'm not a whore, but I sleep with women. You know, it says sodomite, sons of Israel.
But ask her, okay, I mean, you'll pull the natural use one. It's in, I believe, in Romans 1:20.
1:20?
Yeah, but you'll ask her, I mean, you'll pull this one, but also ask her if you pull Leviticus 20 and say, if a man can't lay with a woman, I mean, if a man can't lay with a man, why do you think a woman can lay with a woman? You know, so she just wants to just continue to do her evil.
Right.
That's it.
126.
And women, and it's stories of women catching diseases too. The woman that's using them fake dildos, you know what I'm saying? They put a Batman utility belt on. They put that Batman belt on, and had a rubber thing in the front. They're not cleaning. They're not cleaning it. They're not cleaning that. They're not cleaning that thing or whatever. Because there was stories of some girl, you know, she go use that utility belt on one girl or one woman, and they're gonna use the same utility belt without cleaning it on another one, and now the other woman got some kind of disease somehow. Like, either you can't run from it. The Lord's, you know, if you're doing wicked, you're gonna, you know, eventually iniquity is gonna catch up with you, man. Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I get you the scripture, the right scripture.
Romans 1:26.
That's what it is. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 1, verse 26. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections.
Right, vile affection.
For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
So what is the natural use of a woman? To lay down and have that baby. Lay down and take that rod. Take that hard thing. That's what you need. You ain't licking on another carpet. You ain't munching another carpet. Right, licking on another woman.
Right.
That ain't what you're doing. You know, so that's what she's doing is unnatural. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's a plug and a socket. Not socket and a socket, not plug on plug. You know what I'm saying? Tell her put that plug in that socket. That's what you tell her. Go ahead, go ahead and read.
Romans chapter 1.
And one plug, not a lot of plugs.
You want me to start at 26 or 27?
Put one plug in that socket, not a lot of different plugs.
We'll go 27 or start back at 26.
Read from the top, go ahead.
Okay. Romans chapter 1, verse 26. For the cause God gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into which is against nature.
Natural use is if you have eggs in your stomach, take the sperm. Let the sperm ferment the eggs. Let the sperm go into the eggs. Be fruitful and multiply, and have them children. Be childbearing, like what is it? Timothy. Be a faithful woman in childbearing, like it's like it says in the New Testament, man. Go ahead, read on.
Romans chapter 1, verse 27. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman.
Right. Also the men. Because you're going to be laying down with that warm, soft thing.
Right.
Which is heavenly. And it'll make you pass out when you're done. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, glorious thing. It's a glorious thing. It's so holy.
Absolutely.
Such an holy act that the Lord provides. You know, the pleasure that comes with it. But the Bible says the pleasure that comes with rest. Because after you've done all that hooping and hollering and sweating, you have a nice nap. A good sleep. A very good sleep.
Yes.
You miss your damn alarm because it's such good sleep. Go ahead and read.
Burn in their lust.
Burn in their lust. You burn out another man that's just lustful and ridiculous and painful and abuse. It's abuse. Your butt is behind is bleeding, man. It's literally. You have to make yourself get used to that pain. You probably never get. I don't know if you ever get used to it or not. I don't know, but it's abuse. The Bible says it's abuse. You're abusing yourself with men.
Right.
Because I put abusing yourself with men. It's abuse. Go ahead and read.
One toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemingly.
It's unseemingly. So unseemingly for men to be with men. So unseemingly. Unseemingly. That's what the Bible says. The Bible says it's unseemingly. Go ahead.
And receiving in themselves.
What?
And receiving in themselves. That's heavy right there.
You can't receive. I mean, if you're a man, you cannot receive.
The men,
you cannot receive, you're a man.
The Bible said men to men.
Man, look, you cannot receive.
That's what we're going to read on,
bro.
bro.
Then you can play as the point guard.
We're going to read right.
We started over.
Right.
You cannot receive, man.
All right, man. Go ahead.
Men with men, working that which is unseemingly.
You're doing some kind of act, some kind of work that's unseemingly. What is unseemingly? Read.
That don't make sense.
And receiving in themselves.
You're receiving something in yourself. That's unseemingly, man. Read on.
That recompense of their error which was met.
That is error, man. That is error. It's blood and doo-doo. That's the error.
Error is
blood and doo-doo.
Hey.
That's the error.
Nah.
Go ahead.
You said, Salaki, you said they receive. That reminds me of the Egyptian picture of the god named Geb, G-E-B. He got a picture where he folded himself over top of him and he like trying to put his rod in his mouth.
Yeah,
you know, that's very unseemly.
Listen, man.
Right there.
There's so many women out here. There's so many single women out here. All they want is a man to come to be with them. They only want is a man to be in that house with them every day, or to come home every night. They want a man. They're single. They want a man. It's in their blood. It's in their spirit. All they want is a man who ain't going to leave. Get your woman. Don't leave. And let her receive you. God damn it. Let her receive you.
Right. Come on. All you gotta do is pitch, baby.
That's it.
All you gotta do is pitch.
Go out and have some good time. Go out on dates. Go out to eat. Have children. Have a family. Raise them kids up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go through your arguments. Y'all get through them and stay together. And, become healthier after that disagreement or communicate.
Right.
That all is holy. But two men receiving of themselves is an error, like the Bible says, error. Error. That's what it is. Go ahead. What I actually pulled?
You got.
All right, I already pulled it.
Damn. No, lies. It's 1 Corinthians 6:9.
What's that? What is that?
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived.
Right. So look, the unrighteous is not going to inherit the kingdom of God. That's why Lil Nas X, when he was going up to heaven, he slid right back down and decided he didn't want to live in heaven. He wanted to be gay. And this is the good thing about it. He was gay, and he knew that gay was a sin. He knew homosexuality was a sin. He chose a side. He chose to be a sinner. He didn't say it's right, or he didn't say that it's holy, it's good, he didn't say God accept this. He knew the thing about that video is, all of his discussing this, he acknowledged and displayed that homosexuality is a sin. That's what he displayed. He displayed him going to hell to the devil. And he killed the devil, and he killed the devil and said, "I'm gonna take the devil's horns. I'm gonna become the new devil." But he's acknowledging that homosexuality is evil. He knows it. Go ahead.
He actually said it so about the video. He said people always saying gay people going to hell, but they get mad when I actually go to hell.
Right. Go ahead, Kazak.
If I may, what the young man was saying is right. That's what Lil Nas X said. But this highlights the destruction of the Christian church. Because if these sodomites understood what hell really was, they wouldn't be prancing around thinking it's like, oh, I'll go to hell. Like, you live in hell. That's why y'all protesting, stop killing trannies and stop killing gay people. And you getting AIDS and living terrible lives because you sinning. You live in hell.
Right, that's what we're gonna pull. We're gonna pull precepts on heaven and hell also. The brother was saying is right. That's what I was saying at the beginning. That's why we pulling them. That's why we pulling those reincarnation scriptures. Is because when you die, it's not going to heaven and hell.
Right.
And we're gonna pull that. Let's finish this. Then we're gonna pull. I want the one. After this one comes out, I want the one in Psalms. You got that one?
Yeah, come.
When
you die.
Yes, Rick, in the new face.
Come.
Go ahead.
Neither fornicators nor idolaters.
We're starting from the top again. Let's break it all the way down.
Come. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
Listen, Christ is going to come back and destroy America. Rome, just like Greece fell and Rome rise, America is going to fall like Rome.
Right.
And a black kingdom is going to rise under Yahawashi Jesus Christ, man. A black man. And the people and the people now who decide to clean themselves up now will reign the earth with him and will live in a kingdom with him. Go ahead, Kazar.
Come.
But if you do not, go ahead.
Be not deceived, neither fornicators.
Listen, if you're what is fornicate? Anybody want to give that a shot? What is fornication?
Lewd sexual actions.
Like what?
The adultery, sleeping with another man's woman, sleeping with another man. If you're a man, sleeping with another woman. If you're a woman,
all right. Who else?
Roll the dice, whatever you do, you look at something, you say, okay, what it is, we'll roll some dice or whatever. Everything. Same, this is the same.
Fornication.
Unlawful sexual act.
There you go. Who else? Who got it? Give me the dog out hand. Fornication is unlawful sex. Not you getting a woman and you just having sex with that woman. And y'all, and now that's your girlfriend, and now that's your girl, and y'all live together, y'all stay together, or y'all, together. Now y'all have a relationship. That's not fornication. The Christian church has lied and said that's fornication. That's what the Christians saying. And their wedlock is not even in the Bible.
Right.
They said, like if you have sex with that woman before you put that ring on her finger, supposedly you fornicating.
Right.
Supposedly. That is a lie. Wedlock is not in the Bible.
Right.
But laying down with a woman and sex being marriage, that's in the Bible. If you lay down with a woman, if you lay down with that woman, the Lord said that is marriage. The ring is not in the Bible. Getting on your knees and proposing to a woman is not in the damn Bible, man.
Right.
That is Roman. That's where that ring come from.
Right.
Putting that penis in that woman, her receiving you.
Right.
That is the contract right there. Not the ring.
Right.
That is sex is marriage.
Right.
So the Christians don't know what they're talking about.
Okay.
Give me an So what the brother said, he said it's unlawful sex. I'll break down what unlawful sex is. You can have sex with a woman. That's lawful sex. A one-night stand is unlawful sex. Why? Go ahead.
Because you have to, that's your wife at that point, and if you get rid of her.
Unlawful sex, a one-night stand is unlawful because if you have sex with a woman, you got to stay with her. The reason this comes from the New Testament when Christ said, if you have a woman, if you divorce a woman, you cause her to commit adultery.
Okay.
Meaning this, if you got a woman now, you say you have a woman, then you throw her away, and she goes to have sex with another man. You cause her to commit adultery. But today, that's how we live. Of course, a lot of the women that we get today, they have had sex with other men before us. So that's what. But you bring them into the truth, or you in the truth. You understand that we live in hell, so that's what we have to go through. You're gonna have to get a woman who has had a man before you.
Right.
So that's the hellhole that we live in, and we're changing it in here. You know what I'm saying? The kingdom of heaven, we building the kingdom of heaven right here in the UPK. It's now, the school been here since 1969. There's women that's been in this school and daughters who was young and raised up to young women who have not had sex. And they laid down with a man, and that was the only man they have been with for the rest of their life. So we go back to the old ways, to the ancient laws, to the holy laws. That's how we change it here. Let us be the last sinners. Let us come in here and be the last sinners, and we have children. And them children don't go through what we went through. Our children never taste pork. Our daughters never, was never fondled and never had sex early. Okay. Our sons too never had sex early. And so many other things. That's why this school is so beautiful. That's why I.S.U.P.K is so beautiful, because you actually get to live a holy life here and within here. That's why it's so beautiful. I always love saying that. I love saying, let us be the last sinners and let our children be the ones that's pure.
Right.
It's such a beautiful thing to see when you see that happen. And I have seen, me being here within 10 years, I have seen women do that. I mean, I've seen, seen girls who was 14, now they in their 20s, only been with one man. We're so different from the outside, from the world. Who go ahead and take us out.
Nor idolaters,
No idolater. Oh, sorry. Let me get back to the unlawful sex. So the unlawful sex is the one night stand. Unlawful sex is bestiality. Them damn white people, they love to put the peanut butter on their testicles and put it in their vagina and let the dog lick it off.
Right.
That's bestiality. They love to have sex with them horses and have sex with them. You know, there's a woman in Georgetown in D.C., GW Hospital. She had to go to the hospital to get the dog disconnected from her. The dog got stuck in her. That's unlawful sex, bestiality, one night stands, homosexuality, as we just read, abomination. A woman, you know, leaving her natural use, which is to receive the man. The man using his natural use, and he wants to receive another man. That is unlawful sex, adultery. You know, looking at somebody's woman, you think she's so fine, you want to go and take his, but she was just having sex with him and performing her acts on him.
Right.
And you want to kiss her tomorrow.
Right.
Tomorrow morning. You don't know what she was doing with her mouth with her man, but it's okay. It was with him.
Right.
You gonna go kiss him and taste him. Now you nasty and homosexual. Go ahead. I'm gonna get him. Go ahead.
Keep reading.
Mm-hmm.
Nor idolaters.
No idolaters. Idolaters is people who, idol worship. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Christianity. You wearing that cross. You know what I'm saying? Islam. Celebrating Christmas, which is, because it's a false god, Nimrod, and different gods. Easter. The goddess, Oster. Who's the other goddess? Who's the other goddess? The god of St. Patrick's. We just went over St. Patrick's. You know what I'm saying? I'm following all these different different holidays and everything all these different American holidays that we celebrate. When you do your research on it, it's always going to go back to an old Roman, Greek, Egyptian, or Babylonian god, which is read on.
Nor adulterers.
And them celebrities you look up to and make them your idols. You know what I'm saying? They ain't nobody. Those, you know what I'm saying? Most of the times, those are, brothers and sisters who are just, behind them cameras, drug addicts, serious drug addicts, serial rapists, all types of lewd things, man. Go ahead,
Nor homosexuals.
Nor homosexual, read on.
Nor sodomites.
Nor sodomite. A man who wants to, receive another man. Go ahead.
That's the end of that.
I wonder the one that says abuse. It says it's a precept that says abuse themselves with men.
Also, like I was reading a different translation. It's like
nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
So see, it says effeminate. No man who was acting like a woman. You cannot be a damn effeminate. If you're an effeminate, you will not receive the kingdom. Be a damn man. You're gonna learn how to be a man and a soldier in here.
Right.
So only thing is that this is the best place to learn how to be a man, how to be a soldier. Noah said, read again.
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
You abuse a man. If you receiving another man in your behind, you are abusing yourself. Read it again. Abuse is what?
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
No abusers of themselves with mankind. That's what you're doing. You are inflicting pain on your anus.
Right.
That's what you're doing. You're inflicting pain on yourself. Why? Why are you doing that? When you just go lay with a woman. Go ahead.
Salam, sir, if I may. Because of the lust that they got inside themselves.
Right. So lust is so many things. The lust, unfortunately, when it was kids, the molestation, and they didn't know how to deal with it. A lot of times, you never knew what happened to them. They always hold that within them. A lot of things that happen to us, we hold it in. We feel like we had nobody to speak to, nobody to talk to.
Right.
Some people might come out and say this happened to me, or the person, they're older, might tell them to shut up and not talk about it. So you become an abuser of yourself, man. Because you were abused as a child, and then you take on that repetitive behavior. So So now you get used and you like being abused. You like being hit. You like being told to do, as a man, is abusing yourself, man.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't get it.
It's mental. That's all.
I guess you're right.
It's a mental thing. It's really with me because I've been around and seeing it, and then having to fight off predators and attackers. You understand how, like, damn, this person is mentally disturbed. Like mentally disturbed. Was it?
That was the end of that verse.
That was in the verse. Okay. What's up?
They had a precept for the like suffering a woman to commit adultery.
What? You see, you had it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Matthew chapter 5, verse 31 through 32. It have been said, "Whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement."
Right. So this is Christ speaking. Christ saying, it has been said. So in the past, Moses gave the law of divorce because he seen that y'all cannot get along, and you sitting there trying to knock your woman's teeth out and stuff like that. And Moses just like, look, write a bill of divorce, and don't try to cut the damn woman's head off because you mad at her because you're upset with her about something. So just write a bill of divorce. But Christ increased the law. Christ increased the law. And we're going to read how he can increase the law. Go ahead.
Verse 32. But I say unto you that whosoever.
Hold on, wait, right? We at Matthew what?
Chapter 5, verse 32.
Okay, you can write that down or what?
Shalaki. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saying, for the cause of fornication, causing her to commit adultery.
Read that part again. Whosoever.
That whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her, that is divorced, committed adultery.
Right. So Christ is saying this. Okay. He wrote her the bill of divorce. He divorced her. But you still calling her to commit adultery because she was married to you first. Now you're gonna divorce her. How long you think she's gonna stay? She's gonna go through her phase and be, she just got out of a relationship, so she's gonna give herself some time. Like, I just got a relationship. I can't handle being into another relationship. Some women are like that. Some women give themselves space. Some women don't. They don't give themselves some space. They just go right into another one. But either way, you released her. She gonna sooner or later gonna want to get another man. A woman wants, like I said, a woman wants a damn man. So what Christ is saying here is you cause her to commit adultery. If it's not that, like, if it's not that bad, if this woman did not cheat, if this woman did not have sex with another man, if she had sex with another man, she's done. Don't go back to her.
Right.
If she had sex with another man, don't go to her. But if you're upset with her because of her mouth, you got to learn how to be a man, and you got a mouth too, damn it. You got a mouth too, and you can conquer that. A lot of us, have been, raised as single parents, or not having our father, or not having a male model, or not being taught. Because a lot of us been taught not to really, go back and forth with a woman. To just let her run her mouth, let her argue. You don't say nothing. That's wrong. You don't tell her to watch her mouth. You don't tell her to shut her mouth and to be in order. You don't tell her to be in order. You keep that order. Because you can tell her all you want to, but once you got to get in that action. And once she sees you about that action, eventually she will change. That's the thing. That's the thing that we don't know. And a lot of things we don't try. A lot of things men don't try. You have your woman, and you feel like she's out of order. But you might be too afraid to take the next step. You can argue back. You can tell her to shut her mouth. there's so many things you can do, and you don't have, and never put your hands on her. But there's certain things you can do. If she acting up, you tell her shut her mouth, she don't want to listen. You can walk out the door. You can say, "I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back in a couple of days." Keep doing it. You ain't breaking up with her, but you can roll. There's other times where you can stay there and stay in the stand in the fire, and you got to battle. You got to battle that demon that's in her. That's what you got to understand. It's a demon. A woman that's acting a woman that's acting masculine. It's a demon that's in her. And the same thing with you, woman. You're not gonna get your point across, or you're not gonna make things better by you trying to be masculine. Because what you're doing is putting your man on the defense. If you come at your man like, "You motherfucker," all you're doing is riling him up. He's a man. He's gonna want to fight back.
Right.
You can make a man melt like butter, fold with your femininity. That's what some women know. So a lot of women, first of all, a lot of women know because they use it when they need to.
Right.
A lot of women be acting all rough or whatever. But when she's about to get evicted, then she know how to be soft. Then she know how to soften that voice up and talk to who she got to talk to. You know, she'll call what's that? Virginia? What is it? Virginia Williams? Virginia Williams? That's one of the programs, something like that. It's different programs they can call to get help when anybody get evicted, and the program can help them. They talking to that man or that woman real soft on the phone. I get evicted, please, I need help. You know, they really know how to humble themselves. When they need food or when they need something, they know how to humble themselves. So they know what to do. What you have to do is be like that all the time. Be like that all the time, and that's how you can win your man over. If my wife is like that, I allow her to win. I allow her to have me wrapped around her finger because she's doing it righteously. When she's act up, I show her I'm not really wrapped around your finger. But if everything is going cool, why not let her think that? Let her think she has you wrapped around her finger. That's fine. When she act up, then show her, listen, you ain't got me how you think you got me. Right. But if everything is cool, let her have it. She's doing her woman thing. It's all beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta know how to play it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody was reading something, holding something? Because
who's holding Matthew 31?
Go ahead and read. Continue. Go ahead. Oh yeah, go ahead. You gonna finish? Was that it?
I was finished 32.
Okay, but yeah, that's Christ increased the law. Well, Matthew, Christ said, you have heard of the bill of law. Back in the days of Moses, he created the law of writing a woman a bill and divorcing her. Now Christ is saying, you're gonna marry this woman, lay down with her, have sex with her. She's all into you. Got her spirit on her. You know, she got her spirit. Your spirit is on her. You know, as you're laying down with her and all that and everything. She got a piece of your spirit and all that. Then you're going to divorce her. And there's so many, and this you got to think about the mental thing too. There's so many women that still you're still on their mind. Even like, because it's crazy if you ever been in a relationship when a woman still will talk about or bring up her ex, or the ex is still on her mind, because that happens. And you upset and you mad about it, but it's there because they once were together before. That's why it's there. That's why it's there. And she has to fight that within herself. You got to help her fight that. Like this is us now. Don't even bring him up. Right. But she's gonna have to battle that because his spirit is on her. That's why she got to battle it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad for this truth because I'm pretty sure it's 8 men in here right now. I'm pretty sure some of us out of 8 still sisters that sisters that call sisters that I know from years ago that still contact me or try to but we're not together. We haven't been together 6 years. But for some reason I'm still in her mind. It's something spiritual. I mean, she think about price of physical things. It's all of that. Physical, spirit is like you still on her mind, even after 6 years, even after 10 years. So that's just showing like the mark you leave with a woman, and that's why it's so good and so holy. To once you get that, that first man stays with her, so she don't have to go through that whole mental mess of now she got one man. This man left her, or they broke up. She was this man, that man, that man. She had this many boyfriends, and now she finally, maybe get the man that's gonna be with her forever. But it's a whole lot of mental things that he got to deal with. And he got to help her fight. He got to help her fight a lot of things from her past or some men that's on her mind, things like that. So it's to dodge all of that. Don't divorce her unless she lays down another man. But if, like I said, if you try to leave her because of that mouth or the attitude or something like that, you're weak. You're just not strong enough to battle that. Because you can battle that, and her spirit will change and get better. I didn't see it. Go ahead.
Man, I'm telling you, women is most sneaky, conniving people in the world. We can never catch them. Ever. They too sharp. They way sharper than us.
That's what you think. No. They can be. I'm not saying they're not sneaky.
They're way sharper than us, man.
But okay, but if you wise or if you sharp, I don't. This is what I understand. This is what I know.
Way sharper than us. Women is way smoother.
They try. They try. That's what I'm saying.
Because another man.
Listen, brother, hold on, brother. You gotta listen. This is a class I'm teaching. All right. You gotta listen. They are. I'm saying they are sneaky. You can catch it, and depending on what it is, like. I'm speaking from being in here in the UPK. You tell me from the world. I know from the world you can't trust nobody, a man or a woman. You can't even trust your own family, your own uncle, your own aunt, your own mother, your own father. You can't trust. So for sure, a woman you cannot trust. I know that. But in here, men and women that follow the truth, follow the scriptures, and change their lives, things can be better. Now, of course, they still will be like, okay, I'll show you the difference. Before I became a priest and a prophet, I had to deal with what you saying. Them being sneaky, you don't know they mess with another man. In here, I fully trust my wife that I have of not laying down with another man. Fully. I don't trust her with Amazon. Because she's going to order some stuff. I told her not to order. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm ready. But go ahead. I'm listening.
You know what Amazon is?
You
know what Amazon is? Order from Amazon?
Yeah, I'm shocked.
So that's what I'm saying. Like yes, a woman is sneaky. But I'm still, that's what she's going to hurt. She's going to try to order little things on Amazon you told her not to. That's better than you worrying about some damn man that she having sex with.
Why you going to go to IKEA? Go to IKEA. It's a little cheaper. Why you going to go to Amazon?
Amazon, I'm saying I'm saying that's what's popular. A lot of people got an Amazon app, and they order from Amazon. All right. So, but what I'm saying is, brother, you telling me from experience. I understand from all your experience from the world. That's what you let me know. I'm not down your experience.
You think I'm in the world?
I'm not down your experience. No, what I mean by from the world is.
You keep saying world, but I'm just trying to figure everything out.
Okay, what I'm saying in the world is we all were in the world before we got in here. That's what I'm saying. What I mean by in the world is.
I know what the world is.
Okay.
My wife tell me she think, she Christian.
She's still in the world.
Yeah.
She's
Christian. I'm not.
She's still in the world. We both are in the world.
I'm more American, so she tell me, you in the world, you want to go out there, you want to hustle, you want to do this.
She's in the world. Both of y'all are in the world.
Exactly. I know I'm in the world. I got a higher self and lower self.
Both good. So what I'm saying is, from your experience in the world, you let me know about how sneaky a woman is.
Exactly. They sharpen us. They way better than us. We can never get over on it.
And what I'm telling you is that you can catch it.
You can.
Okay, I have. That's what I'm telling you can.
But if you like you say your wife, she love you like you love her. Y'all good, but I'm telling you, man, you can't catch what they do. They too smooth.
Okay, bro. Brother, that's weak. Well, I understand what you're saying, but only a weak brother.
Not weak.
I understand what you're saying.
It's not weak.
It is.
You might think it is. In your eyes.
It is.
I'm telling you.
I'm just telling you what it is. Go ahead.
If I may, on the same note that you're talking about, an honest, righteous man, like I don't lie. So there's no way you can be around me and be a liar and I not see it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you can peep it. You can peep it out. You can. It's some stuff. This is what I'm saying though. You're not fully gonna know what she's doing, but if you even get like a little, like you fully not gonna know what the hell is going on. But if you got like if you get a little itch or a little suspicion. That's what I'm trying to say. A little suspicion of something's going on. That's you beginning to peep out what's going on. Like she could be, I don't know, prostitute or something like that. But say you have no clues of it.
Nah, I'm not.
But I'm just giving an example. I'm just giving an example. Say she's a stripper, but you don't know she on the pole. You haven't seen her on the pole, but you start noticing she keep coming in kind of late, or like 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, or you might see like she got bag. Like you might see like she don't have a 9 to 5, but she can pay her bills. She got a car. Hold on, where the hell she getting this money from? Where's she getting these clothes from? Or you might see something. I'm saying you'll see if you begin to see a smidgen of something. That's you beginning of seeing it. That's what I'm telling you. You can find out something. You can find out. You'll smell it in the air. You'll get to see something. You won't fully. I'm saying you won't fully know what the full thing is, but you can begin to peep and start to begin to see that something is off. Go ahead, brother. Then we're gonna move on. We gotta move on. Go ahead.
I want the best point guard. Kurt Smith on the best point guard ever to me in the metropolitan area.
Okay.
So I can see everything. So be that alone right there, because I already know. Even if she is doing something, I don't care. Do you? But I'm telling you, women is more. They grab more than us though.
She's Eve. In the beginning she was with the serpent. So of course.
That's age difference.
Of course.
Big brother.
You know what I'm saying? Of course. Go ahead.
If I may, and what you say, sir, is so heavy, and this just proves, brother, that you're still in the world, because the scripture tells you what it's saying. It's saying what you're saying, then it proves that you're still in the world. If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 3, verse 12. The third wrote, women are strongest, but above all things, truth beareth away the victory. And if I may, sir, the reason why this brother thinks women can't be beat, because he doesn't have the truth yet. He's in here to learn it. Right. But brothers in the world are always going to lose to sisters.
Right. And give me this and a precept. Give me a woman is more wicked than worse than death. What is that? Proverbs, right? The woman is worse than death. The keywords is bands and nets.
Ecclesiastes 7:26.
Ecclesiastes 7:26.
Okay.
Ecclesiastes 7:26. This is the thing here. A woman in the world or a brother in the world, you can't escape. You can't escape a lot of things or a lot of traps that you will put on one another. You know what I'm saying? A woman will have sex with you and trap you for prostitutes. Trying to trap you for child support. She'll do that. She'll try to find her a baller and try to, and not really love him. Try to get that child above him so now that baller or that person with money can pay her monthly for that child. Go ahead.
Said Ecclesiastes 10:23.
Ecclesiastes 7:26.
7:26.
Ecclesiastes 7:26. Let me know if everybody got it.
One more copy.
All right, go ahead and read. Go ahead and read, brother.
Ecclesiastes 7, verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets.
So exactly what you're saying, like, she's slick or whatever, conniving and all that. Yeah. Yes, like, of course, that's the Lord. I mean, the Bible says she's bitter than death. There should be nothing better than that, but it says a woman, an evil woman, You got good woman and you got evil woman. Now, a good woman fatten your bones. A good woman has your reputation known. Have you and your children have a good reputation in the whole city. A good woman. Now, evil woman, read on. Read from the top. This is an evil woman. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 7, verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets.
Because look, it's better to just die than get some woman who don't love you.
Right.
And use you for child support.
Right.
Because child support lasts for 20 years. I thought it was just 18. But I know some men who still paying child support after 18 years and 19 years, still paying on it. It's one brother I knew. What is this? It's one brother. I can't remember exactly what the woman was doing to him. But it was a brother that was going through something with his woman, and he began to get depressed, and that depression went to weight loss, and he had to go to the hospital. Because he was depressed by his woman, he started to lose weight and had to go to the damn hospital. Mentally just messed up, had to stay in the hospital for a couple weeks. When he told me that story, I was like, what? He was like, yeah, she was doing this, she was doing that. I got depressed. I had to go to the hospital. He's like, man, if I show you some pictures, I lost so much weight because of depression. That is an evil woman. It's better that you just die. Just die and go through the mental, you go through so much mental pain and mental destruction. Now you're losing weight. Now you're sick. And you got to stay in the hospital until you get the right nutrients and the right nutrition. Go ahead.
And her hands as bands.
Her hands as bands. What does that mean? Her hands as bands. Anybody know? Go ahead, sister.
It's like someone who holds you captive.
Right.
They have bound you so tight.
Get us sister hand. Her hands is bands. Man, she got you trapped. You trying to leave. Where you going? You come home late. Where you been at?
Hello.
What else? It's so many brothers I know. I mean, actually, yeah, all of us know this. A woman that uses your child as leverage. Whereas though she got custody, so now because she mad at you for something, you can't go. She stopped you from seeing him. I remember living in my own dad. I remember living in a house and having an aunt. Her baby father bought the child some shoes. He come with the shoes. She stops him at the door. He can't come in the house to give his daughter some shoes. So now he took the shoes out of the bag, opened the box, put the shoes on the door on the porch. And the way he dealt with it, he didn't even make a fuss. Because he was happy. Like I seen him come to the door, he was happy, he had the shoes, opened the door, he thought he was coming in, but nope, she ain't let him in. So he was like, all right. And then he just put the shoes on the door. So evil, man. Go ahead and read.
And her hands as bands. Whoso pleases God.
So this is how you escape on it. This is how you peep that out. All that trouble and all that is going on, her being slick, and you're never going to catch up in this and that and all that will be crushed, and your eyes will be open only if this. Go ahead and read.
Whoso pleaseth God.
If you please the Most High, then what?
Shall escape from her.
You're going to escape any BS that comes towards you with this woman.
Right.
I see almost everything, and even if she don't think I seen that she ordered something from Amazon, or don't think I seen, whatever. I see it. I just don't say nothing because it's something small. But if it's something big, then she gonna know. Then I step to her like, oh, what was that? I did not approve that. Refund it. Put it back in the savings. But for sure, I don't have to worry about no daggone man because I'm in the truth, and I'm serving the Most High. The day I stop serving the Most High is the day I have to worry about her sleeping with another man. The day I stop serving the Most High is the day you have to worry about all kind of things. That's what we're saying. You're going to escape all that once we clean ourselves up.
Right.
That's it. What time we at? We at 8:47.
Go.
Give me go ahead, cause give me that. Let's get the reincarnation. Reincarnation is a Bible. When you die, you don't. Was it anyone? That was it, right?
Yeah, it was a little more.
Go ahead.
Count out on count. But the sinner shall be taken by her.
Right, there we go. So you have the man who decided to change his life and start following the laws of God. Now the Most High is going to open up his eyes and he's going to see it. And his spirit. This is the thing too that brothers understand too. Your spirit, once you come up in this place, even pushes your own mother and father from you if they wicked. They start treating you like you crazy because you don't eat pork no more. Because you don't come to Thanksgiving, you don't come to their house for Thanksgiving no more. You don't come to Easter no more. You don't come to Christmas no more. So now you crazy. They automatically will separate yourself from them off of little things. I came into the school when I was 19. From 19 until now, 2021, it been so many women that had interest or talked to me, but once they find out my beliefs, they gone because they can't deal with that discipline. They're not ready to put down the weed. They're not ready to stop smoking. They're not ready to stop celebrating Christmas. And that once they see your spirit and see your once they're around you and catch your vibe of your spirit, is either they're going to decide to be interested and they're going to decide to grow with you, or they're going to run. I came in here with a wife 10 years ago. She tried, but she left. She decided she stopped smoking for 2 months and then went back to smoking and went back to doing whatever and said that she couldn't do it. And I said, okay. And I let her do what she wanted to do. That's it. That's it, right? That's it.
Yep.
So the sinner. But the last part, but the sinner, read. This last part.
But the sinner shall be taken by her.
But if you were sinning, if you do not please the Most High, you will stay on child support forever. You'll be on child support forever. I tell you a ridiculous story. Some woman had a man, and this brother was so somehow she drove him to some kind of mental state where as though he just be blank.
Right.
To the point where as though to the point he can sit in the living room and she can bring another man in the house and he ain't gonna get riled up about it. And he ain't gonna say nothing. That is crazy. You can be sitting on your own couch, but you in such a broken down mental state where as though your woman can bring men around the house or in the house and still lay with them or flirt with them or whatever. Or she, you stay on that couch and she's leaving out to go with another man. There's so many horrors in hell that men and women go through. Women too. So much horror. If you're a sinner, you will not escape that. You forever want to go searching for your woman, see where she at. Looking through her phone, trying to fight the guy that she was flirting with. When he's not a problem, she's a problem. That's your woman. Why she at TGIF with Devon? You gonna start a whole world star scene at TGIF trying to fight him, Devon, and Devon is not the problem.
Not the problem.
Your woman she's the problem. She's the whore, and you don't have the strength to leave her. That's when you can leave her. If she's doing that, brother, dismiss yourself.
Right.
Get out of there. But you still don't. Sometimes a lot of brothers don't even have the strength to leave. The Lord will give you that strength, though. The Lord will give you that strength. It's the only way. Let's get let's go into heaven and hell. When you die, you do not go to heaven and hell. You do not go to heaven and hell. Reincarnation is real. Let's start with Psalms. You got it?
So like, say it again.
Have a brother pull Psalms. The one in Psalms. Was there any questions online?
No, sir.
Go ahead. it Psalms 83?
That sounds about right.
I think it's Psalms 83. Oh, something, not one. That might be one or something. Let me see. 109?
So like I said, I got the one in John 9:2.
What's that? What's that?
The book of John, chapter 9, verse 2. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin? This man or his parents, that he was born blind?
Right. So that the reason, read that again. So the disciples knew that reincarnation is real. The disciples knew when you die, when you come back on earth, you're serving out your punishment. Because they would know when somebody came back blind or mentally disabled, which people used to call back in the day mentally retarded, back in the day. When you came back jammed up like that, that was a sign to everyone that you're serving out you're serving out whatever you did in the past, whatever you did in your past life. Just like today, all of us in this room, living in the ghettos, coming out of the ghetto, going through the hell that we went through, we serving out this because of the things we did in our past.
Right.
That's why. That's why we live in the condition. Because of what we were evil as a collective in the past. Go ahead and read on.
Come. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin? This man or his parents?
Right. So it used to be a time where it's if your father sinned, then trouble will come on his children. And the trouble will come on the children. So they asked in Christ, who sinned? Him or his parents? Go ahead and read it.
Come. That he was born blind.
He was born blind, so he had to do something in his past life. Go ahead.
Come. Jesus answered, Neither have this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of God shall be made manifest in him.
So Christ said, no, this time, no. It wasn't that he sinned in his past or his parents, but he's about to be used to show he's about to be used to show the Most High glory, to show everybody the Most High's glory. And Christ made that blind man see again. He did that to show that he was, he was led by Christ. I mean, Christ was led by the Most High God, and we should follow him. You got it, Kazak?
I got come.
What you got? So that's one reincarnation scripture. The reason they ask that is because they know in your past life, if you sinned, when you came back into the earth, you're going to serve out that punishment. Right now, black people as a whole, all of us together in this room, is serving out the punishment that our people did in the past. We were sinners. We sinned against the Most High in our past.
Right.
So now we're living out the hell now, the punishment now. The water of the Most High Christ to the I.S.U.P.K. that we come in here to change our lives. That's right. Now we're the generation that's fighting against that.
Right.
We're the generation that's fighting against the sin, cleaning ourselves up. And the next generation is going to know the laws of the Most High. They're going to know who the Most High is. They're going to know that America is evil. They're going to know, our oppressor is the devil. That's what they're going to know. What you got, Kazak?
Psalms chapter 146, verse 4. His breath goeth forth. He returneth to his earth. In that very day, his stalks perish.
Read it again.
Okay. Psalms chapter 146, verse 4. His breath goeth forth. He returneth to his earth.
Right. His breath goeth forth, meaning this. When you die, you take that last breath. And your spirit goes up to the Most High God. And what happens to your body? What is that?
He returneth to his earth.
Right. So you buried in the ground. Your body turns back to the dust.
Right.
Go ahead.
And that very day, his thoughts perish.
Right. Your thoughts perish. Your mind, your thoughts go away. You don't know about your past. Like when you born again on this earth, you don't know about your past life. And that's a good thing. clean slate, start over.
Also got one in Ecclesiastes too, sir.
Go ahead. It's a couple of Ecclesiastes. Go ahead and read.
Couple. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it.
Right. So when you die, you don't, it's not about you going to heaven or hell. Your spirit is going back to the Most High God. Let everybody know you read again.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. Read it again.
Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it.
All right. And the spirit shall return to who gave it. The Most High God is the one who gave us. There it is. I found it. Yep. I got it. It's Psalms 104.
104?
Yep. And your spirit is going to go back. So what is it? Psalms 104. Give me 27 or 28. Let me see. Start at 27. Let me see what it says. Go ahead, bro.
If I may, what was that? Ecclesiastes what in 12?
12 and 7.
12 and 7.
12 and 7.
You said 104 and what?
Psalms 104.
Mm-hmm.
Down read. Go ahead.
No, so like what verse you said? You said 104.
Verse 27. Start at 27.
Oh, 27.
Psalms chapter 104, verse 27.
You had a question, brother?
Oh, no, I had the scripture.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 104, verse 27. These wait all upon thee, that thou mayest give them their meat in due season, that thou givest them, they gather. Thou openest thy hand, they are filled with good. Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled.
See, look. So now the Most High. So imagine this: the Most High is looking at you, and then imagine the Most High when He hides His face from you. Now you're troubled. What does that mean? Anybody want to get that a shot? Go ahead.
He takes his protection off you.
Right now, He's watching you, He protects you, make sure you live. Now it's time. Now He takes His face from you. Now you're troubled. So now what that means is you're starting to get old, or it's time for you. It's time for you to give up the ghost. The Most High, give up the spirit. Read on. And that's also double-fold for how we live now. Blacks and Latinos, we are troubled because the Most High's face is not on us. The UPK, we teach you how to plead and beg the Most High to turn His face back on us. But for the most part, the Most High's face is not on us. That's why we allow, that's why we allowed to be thrown in so much hell and trouble and go through so much things. Being shot by the police,
right?
No justice, no protection, all kind of things that happens to us is because the Most High's face is not on us,
right?
And we're troubled. Go ahead and read.
Thou takest away their breath, they die.
See, now the Most High take away the breath, they die. Read.
And return to their dust.
And you return to the dust. Go ahead.
Thou sendest forth thy spirit, they are created.
See, now He take your spirit, but now he returns your spirit. How did he return your spirit to that? He returns your spirit to that same body? No. What did the Bible say? Go ahead and read.
Thou sendest forth thy spirit, they are created.
Mm-hmm. They are created.
And thou renewest the face of the earth.
And you renew the face of the earth. You a new face. What is that new face? How does he renew the earth? What is that new face? Anybody know? Go ahead.
Different vessel.
A different vessel, an infant.
Right.
That's a new vessel. Give it a hand. Go ahead.
Question. So, question.
Mm-hmm.
So I forgot what scripture it was when it says he could take your life or take your spirit or kill your spirit. Does that mean he could not send you back down here ever again?
Kill your spirit. You might have to know what you
sir.
He might have been talking about Revelations. He might be talking about the heaven and hell scriptures and Revelations.
It's like for man.
Don't fear the man that kill you, but fear the man that can. That's what you're talking about?
Matthew 10,
Matthew 10 and 28?
Concept.
Okay, pull Matthew 10 and 28. That'll be the last scripture.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body.
Right. Fear not them which kill the body. Don't fear a man who can kill you. Go ahead, read.
But are not able to kill the soul.
But not able to kill the soul. Meaning the Most High, meaning you can die right now. But somebody who can kill your soul is somebody who can have you, the Most High can have you tormented and destroyed and agonizing sorrow. The agonizing sorrow is you living in the ghetto, you living in hell, slavery, agonizing, tormenting. That's slavery. You know what I'm saying? You never getting justice. You gotta, sign, you go to apply for a job. They ask you, is you black, white, Spanish, or Pacific Islander? You trying to get you get a good credit score. Now you're trying to go get a business loan to start a small business. You can't do it because you got a 700, 800 credit score, but you're black. That's hell. That's you try to get a bachelor's degree, a certifications, and a PhD. You become a doctorate. Get a doctorate. Because you're black, you're still getting shot, even if you're a doctor or a professor. That is your soul being punished. That's your spirit being punished. What you got?
So I had one more precept.
All right, go ahead and read it. Continue to read because
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
He can destroy your body and soul in hell. And you know about it. You be going through when we go through so much hell, and then you finally get a little relief. You're like, oh, thank God. Imagine you living in a house with no electricity, and all of a sudden electricity come back on.
Right.
You drop to your knees and thank God all the time. Well, you start screaming the Most High all the damn time. Or anything that happened, like anything, you almost get to a car crash, but you didn't.
Right.
Or, it'd be a lot of stuff. The people decided not to repo your car. You come out, your car still there. Like, oh man, so much hell that we go through. It's because our body and our spirit is destroyed by the Most High. That's what this is. It's your body and your spirit being destroyed by the Most High. And if you want to change that, you gotta start praying to the Most High. And you gotta start fighting yourself to change, to become obedient to Him. You gotta become obedient. That's it. Like, you're doing your own thing. We've been doing our own thing for most of our life. And look at our lives. Lives are, trash. Lives are, we're so much self-inflicted pain from stupid decisions. But now it's time to make a decision, that's not yours, which is, following the Most High and do what He decided and do His laws and be obedient to Him. And then, the pain can go away. Temptation is still there. So you got to prepare yourself for the temptation, the non-stop temptation and tests and obstacles. But there's protection. Go ahead.
I say, or you end up like Switzerland, oppressed by the blacks.
You said Switzerland. What you say?
If I made from camp, remember the dude?
I didn't even catch that. I didn't catch. He bringing out who was at camp. And some guy from Switzerland said that he was oppressed by blacks or something like that. He said the Catholics. He said the Catholics.
Black Catholics.
He said the Catholics. The black people own the Roman Catholic Church and all that. He was ridiculous. He just didn't want to admit the truth. He was being the devil who he is. But yeah, man, that's our life. You know what I'm saying? That's whenever you're going through trouble in America. Whenever you go through trouble in your life or things happen in your life, just know that this is the thing that we must go through. You know what I'm saying? There's no running from it, but there's only one answer, and that is choosing and coming back to the Most High. That's it. It's not trying to go to college and get a bachelor's degree. I'm not telling you not to go to college, but you're going to find out. You're going to try to, become, you're going to try to get 6 figures. You're going to try to become a millionaire. You're going to try to become a billionaire, and you are still you're going to be a billionaire and still going through hell.
Right.
You think Oprah don't go through hell? Oprah goes through hell. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, goes through the hell. LeBron James, he's almost a billionaire. He still had, the N-word. He still had nigger spray painted on his garage door by some racist white people. It don't matter your status. If you are a black, if you're an Israelite, if you're a chosen children by God, as long as you live in America, live in this hellhole under our oppressor, you still going to be hated. You know what I'm saying? Trouble is still going to happen. And the only way we're going to receive protection and finally rise up again is Deuteronomy 28:1. Then we close up. Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. That's the only way. You want to rule again? This is the rule. This is how you're going to rule again. If you want to rule the earth again, black people always saying, I just can't, why we just can't get it right? Why just don't leave us alone? Why we just can't live in peace? If you want your peace, this is how you get it. Go ahead and read over there.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. Mm-hmm. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
So we got to observe and do all his commandments. No more eating pork, crab, shrimp, or lobster. No more being a sodomite. No more being a whore. No more being a damn predator, pedophile, and a creep. No more what do I want to say? No more Christmas. No more Easter. No more pagan holidays. No more idol worship. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above.
See, hold on, wait a minute. The Lord didn't say I'm gonna make you equal. The Lord said that He's gonna set you above, He's gonna set you on high.
Right.
Read on.
Above all nations.
Above all nations. Who's the nation who's above us right now? Go ahead.
Edomites.
The Edomites, the Caucasians. They are above everybody. They're the number one above all nations. But the Lord said here, if you obey his voice and do his commandments, then what?
Will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
You're going to be above everybody, Israelite, black and Latino, and American Indian. You will be above everyone on the earth if you obey his voice and do his commandments. That's the reward. Everybody always asking us, why have you in this corner speaking and teaching? What y'all doing with all this black on? And, what's wrong with y'all woman? Y'all woman wearing the head wraps and got the dress on, and y'all women saying shalom, and what's wrong with them? All of y'all crazy.
Right.
We doing this for a damn reward, man. We're tired of America, tired of this damn hellhole.
Right.
Nobody wants to deal with this, being discriminated against every damn day. Nobody want to deal with you dealing with your sister, your daughter, being, some predator trying to molest her. Or you have, dysfunctional family. Or child support. Or rob, anything that's not normal. That's not normal. That has become normal in a black life. A lot of stuff that we have to, a lot of stuff that blacks and Latinos have to, a lot of stuff that we have to adjust to in our life. Don't be damn normal for other people's lives. For a damn Asian. Talking about stop Asian hate. They don't have to go through stuff that we go through.
Right.
They don't have to endure what we have to go through, man. But if we want all this hell that we have to endure to stop, we got to obey. That's what we have to do. And we're going to be set above high. We're going to be set above high, above all the nations of the earth. that show you the Christian past is a lie, because the Christian past said God loved everybody, but in Deuteronomy he said he's going to set Israel above everybody if we obey his voice. With that, passing class of priests and officers,
I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry, TITHES, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi 3 and 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced I.S.U.P.K. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation. 52nd Passover, April 24th in Houston, Texas. You like to speak on that, sir?
No, yeah. Of course, Passover is coming up, man. It's a glorious day. You know what I'm saying? Don't celebrate Easter. The pagans, righteous people, the I.S.U.P.K. righteous, we're going to celebrate Passover. Now, you can be Christian and celebrate Easter if you want to. You're going to be celebrating the worship of a false god, a fertility goddess, if you celebrate Easter. If you want to be righteous, you're going to celebrate the Passover with the only Israelite group, the only Israelites organization, I.S.U.P.K, because everybody is Christian. All the other fake Israelite groups, when you look at them and see what they're teaching, they're Christian. They teach the same thing as church. They're just like church. They just church with shields on or church with fringes on. That's it. Church with fringes. That's their new title. Churches with fringes.
Right.
But the true Israelite, the only Israelite group, the I.S.U.P.K, you're gonna come to celebrate Passover. It's about when the Lord destroyed our enemies, man. Come celebrate Passover with us in Houston on April the 24th in Houston, Texas, on Player Street. If you want any information, contact any I.S.U.P.K school, and we give you the itinerary and give you the directions if you need to get to Houston, Texas, and everything you need. Go ahead, brother.
If I may, any Christians that are celebrating Passover, they're also celebrating at the same time as the fake Israelite groups right now. They celebrate it this week.
Yeah, so they don't, so they don't know. So they just ridiculous and don't know when Passover is. They just, Christians. That's great. That's good that you brought that out. It's really show that they just Christians with fringes. It's just Christians and fringes. Go ahead.
Remind Akim and Akwatham to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on, as far as I.S.U.P.K. events and materials. If a brother wants to become a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, or scarf. And with that, we say Amaju, which means to stand.
You get one prayer, first prayer.
Come. Saw, which means to turn to the east.
You're touching the east, sis.
We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew first. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim. Wadash. Kayak. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakuvka. Ratazayka. I.S.U.P.K. Ratazah. Ba'arataza. Kawak. Hayat. Bashamayim. Nathan. Lanaw. Come. You won't. What's the locking out?
What's the locking out?
What's the locking out?
What's
the locking out?
What's the locking out?
What's the locking out?
Come on, walking out.
Walla up.
Manasai one. Above.
I will shine out.
My Kaya. Look up. I'm a lock.
Walla up. We'll have the power. Now I will love you. I'm on. And in the English.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us of our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Call it. With that, sister, you can sit. You can sit down. You have a seat. Men of Israel, saw, which means to turn. We'll give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. Barak. Men of Israel, saw, which means to turn. Sister, you can stand up. We give one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. Barak.
Yahweh Shema Elatah B'Hashem Yahusha.
So sister, you just say back Yahweh. Shema. Slug it. Yahweh Shema. Elatah B'Hashem Yahusha.
And with that, Yasmata, class dismissed.
The Lord loved us so much that in our poverty, in our hell, I will come and deliver the broken, destroyed, messed up, poor, impoverished people I'm going to save.
Young niggas ain't tough.
Hey, Shalom Israel. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahusha Brakatah. Yahweh Shema Elatah B'Hashem Yahusha to all the sisters, man. Listen, it's Captain 13,000, a card of a rhyme, checking in with the Israelite School of UPK under Commander YAHANNA.
Power in you know we not no cowards. Oh, you on that?
Listen, man, this year's 52nd annual Passover. Hold on. I'm gonna say it one more time. This year's 52nd annual Passover under Commander YAHANNA under the I.S.U.P.K. Couldn't do it last year. Y'all already know the Lord had his foot on our oppressor's neck.
Here in New York City, there are roughly 1,000 cases a day. Those are numbers they haven't seen since May.
Can't do it in New York this year because the Lord still got his foot on our oppressor's neck.
New York, the center of the outbreak this spring, is now teetering on another deadly explosion of the virus.
But listen to me good. This year, 52nd annual Passover, April 24th, 2021. You understand? It's gonna be in H-Town, baby.
It's gonna be at the B&H Ranch, 14149 Players Street, Houston, Texas.
Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we came to do.
2021 I.S.U.P.K. 52nd annual Passover. All the generals gonna be there. All the heavy hitters gonna be there. The daughters of Zion gonna step out with their beautiful long dresses, you understand? Strong on deck. That One West style music on deck. 52nd annual Passover.
B&H Ranch, 14149 Players Street, Houston, Texas.
Get with it to get lost, man.
Got it out the mud, straight up out the base. The world done made me crazy. The world done